KarisTV. This is Miss LaJante. Here I'm about to interview. Say hi, Miss LaJante.
Hi. It's good to be here.
It is. So today we're going to be asking her questions about her job. So we're at her office, and so let's begin. So first we're going to talk about how she works on patients. How would you say you would do a procedure?
That's a very good question. So at my office is called LÆBB, and I do what we call aesthetic treatments and procedures here. And so one of the treatments that I do is called IV vitamin therapy. And that is when I place a small IV into your arm or your hand, and I give you vitamins and fluids through an IV into your arm or your hand.
What's your background?
So my background is like she said, I'm a nurse anesthetist, and I do anesthesia. I'm an anesthesia provider, and I put people to sleep and keep them pain-free during their surgeries, their procedures.
You wouldn't like that because you don't like to go to sleep.
I do take naps after school. So yes, I would say what you just said. So. What is your training?
Training's pretty extensive. So you first have to, of course, graduate from college. You have to go to nursing school and do 4 years, and then once you finish nursing school, then you have to get ICU experience in the hospital. So most.
That's how you have 2 jobs.
Sort of. And then you work in the ICU and you take care of really sick patients, and for most trainings like you to have 2 years, and then after you get your ICU experience, you apply for anesthesia school. Okay, and then anesthesia school, depending on which one you go to, is anywhere from 2 to 3 years of training. And so in anesthesia school, you do your classwork first. Well, for my program, we did a classwork first, and then we did our residency, where we actually took care of patients in the hospital in the operating room. And then after your residency or your hospital training, then you graduate, and then you have to take what we call boards. So basically our boards is a big test over everything we learned, and then once you pass that, you become what they call board certified, and then you find your job and you start working.
What college did you go to?
So for my undergraduate degree, I went to the University of Texas, so go Longhorns. And then for my anesthesia training, I went to Texas Wesleyan, which is in Fort Worth.
And where are you?
Texas, Fort Worth.
Yeah, you're in Fort Worth. She went to school. She went to Texas Wesleyan.
So it's like here.
Yep.
Yep.
How do you get all your supplies?
Okay. So I get my supplies from what we call vendors, or different medical supply companies. So you have to like set up an account, and then I order my items online, and then I have them shipped here.
Kind of like Amazon.
Kind of like Amazon.
But
it's not as fast as Amazon.
She gets stuff like she said she got stuff from Amazon earlier.
So I get my medical supplies from the medical companies, and then I get other things like little small things that are not medical. I can get
finger clips.
I can get that from Amazon. Yep. So when I do my IV therapy treatments, I always take what we call vital signs. So vital signs, your heart rate, your blood pressure, your temperature, and your oxygen levels. So for temperatures, I use this. Goes right on the forehead. And it tells me your temperature here.
Right.
Okay. And then for me to see what your heart rate is or your oxygen levels.
Clip it on your finger.
Yep. You clip it on your finger. And it'll give me a number here and here. Okay. And that tells me that. And then for your blood pressure,
you just wrap that thing around your arm.
that is correct. I will take this and I'll wrap it around your arm.
With the stuff.
Yep. And then I have buttons on here, and it takes your blood pressure and it tells me the number on here.
Right. Like that.
Yep. Just like that.
Right. Thank you for taking time with me and doing this interview. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. It was a pleasure.
It was. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye. Yeah. Do that. And I'm going to add the vitamins.
That's the fun part.
That's the fun part.
Why did you say? Add the vitamins to that mix.
Go ahead.
See, Karis, look.
It's turning yellow.
Isn't that the coolest thing ever?
It turned yellow.
Look at
It
that.
was clear. Then you turn that orange stuff into that.
Yeah, isn't that cool?